Hello everybody and welcome to my channel Communication Skills with Sir Salman. If you haven't yet subscribed my channel, kindly do subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so that you keep on getting new videos and new notifications. So as far as today's lecture is concerned, today's video is concerned, we'll talk about figures of speech today. Alright, so first of all I'll try to give you a very normal kind of definition of figure of speech. So, it is a word or phrase which means something more or something other than it seems to say. Other than it seems to say. It seems to say. That's what figure of speech is all about. It is a word or phrase which means something more or something other than it seems to say. Now, as far as figures of speeches are concerned, there are lots of figures of speech. But today we'll talk about some common figures of speech, okay? So that you could easily relate to this topic. So when I start naming those figures of speech, there are so many, like we're gonna usually start from simile, metaphor, personification, hyperbole, onomatopoeia, oxymoron, alliteration, pun, satire. But today I'll talk about the first four. Today we'll talk about the simile, metaphor, personification, and hyperbole. So we're gonna start from simile. Okay, so let me erase this first. Alright, so first figure of speech which we'll talk about right now happens to be simile. S-I-M-I-L-E. Alright. Okay. Now its basic definition. It is a figure of speech in which we tend to compare two things by using like or as. Alright, so simply it is a figure of speech in which we tend to compare two things by using like or as. So let me give you an example, like the clouds look like cotton balls. Cotton balls. Second example, he is as brave as a lion. Okay, so in the first example we use the word like, okay, and the second example we use as brave as a lion. So it means that we have used similes in both these examples. I hope that this simile is clear now. I can give like thousands of examples, but I just need to carry on with that. Okay. Alright, now I'm erasing that. The next stop is metaphor. Metaphor. Alright. It is a figure of speech in which we pull a comparison unlike unrelated things. Like, if I say that, example, her eyes are diamonds. So it means that I'm calling her eyes diamonds. Actually, literally, her eyes are so beautiful. So in order to literally, eyes are eyes, but metaphorically I'm comparing them and calling them diamonds because they are glittering. So that's the use of a metaphor. Second, if I say that she is a shining star, she is a shining star. So means that literally she is a girl, but she is a very bright girl, very intelligent one, very smart one. So metaphorically, she is a shining star. Literally, she is a girl. Metaphorically, she is a shining star. We could give another one or two examples if we try to like squeeze in another example. If I say that Mr. Devon is a turtle. So this turtle, I'm calling him a turtle, and actually I want to say that the Mr. Devon is a very slow and sluggish person. So metaphorically I'm calling him a turtle. That's how we use metaphor in our language. Always remember that figure of speech is kind of a spa, is kind of a beauty parlor in which we can beautify our written text in a very beautiful and methodical manner. So all we need to do, we just need to practice these figure of speech in order to beautify our written content. Okay, now I want to erase this and we'll carry on with that. Okay, I hope these metaphors are clear. Third thing is slightly tricky, so I'll try to explain, I'll try to elaborate it in a very easy kind of manner. The third figure of speech happens to be personification. Personification. Alright. All my viewers, concentrate here a bit more. Personification. It is a figure of speech. It is a figure of speech in which we tend to give human-like characteristics to non-living things. When you go through its orthodox or bookish or specific definition, you'll feel that it's pretty difficult. Actually, that's not the case. It is a figure of speech in which we tend to give human-like characteristics to non-living things. Check out the example and you'll this whole phenomena will be clear. So, even Pebbles cried on his misery. So Pebbles cried, obviously a personification. As we know, human beings cry, pebbles don't. So I'm using Pebbles cried as a personification. Okay, I hope this example is kind of self-explanatory. I hope you got it from this. I want to give another very bubbly, rosy kind of example. Like the moon was smiling. The moon was smiling on the newlywed couple. So, smiling of the moon. Human beings smile, moon or the sun or the stars, they don't. So I'm using it as a personification. So I hope from these two relevant examples, personification is crystal clear. Okay, I just want to go through the definition one more time. It is a figure of speech in which we tend to give human-like characteristics to non-living things. So as an example, I presented to you that even Pebbles cried on his misery. And the other example, the moon was smiling on the newlywed couple. Both these examples are pretty self-explanatory. Here, I'm giving human-like characteristics to these non-living objects, non-living things. Okay, personification, I hope it's clear. Alright, in a quick way, I need to erase that and we'll jump to hyperbole. Alright, the fourth and the last example in this particular video of a figure of speech which I want to put in here is hyperbole. Alright, hyperbole. Okay. Alright, look at here. It is a figure of speech in which we tend to exaggerate or overstate things. Example, I have seen this movie 100 times. I've seen this movie 100 times. So that's kind of exaggeration. Okay. Now, second example, millions of people were standing in queues. Okay, so both these examples contain an element of exaggeration. So the element of exaggeration, according to figure of speech, is categorized as hyperbole. Okay, so that happens to be the fourth, what we call fourth figure of speech. So I hope that in this particular video, we went through figures of speech and 4 types of figure of speech, which are common types of figure of speech. Today we'll talk about simile, metaphor, personification, and hyperbole. I hope you like the video, and this video will enable you guys to understand figure of speech better and how to use them in your written text, whatever you want to write. Okay, so please do give me your feedback, do give me your comments. Okay, and take care all of you. Bye bye.